Hi, I'm Cristina Smith, creator along with my brilliant brother, puzzle master Rick Smith, of the award-winning best-selling Yoga for the Brain series of profound philosophy and very fun puzzle books. We are celebrating the release of our sixth best-selling book in the series, Life Wisdom Word Search Yoga for the Brain. And we are celebrating right here, right now, with the author of puzzle number 18, Sacred Soul Purpose, Lydia Proschinger. Hi, Lydia, welcome.
Hi, Cristina. Thank you for having me on this book. This is so wonderful.
Well, thank you. I'm so delighted that you shared your wisdom with us in the form of a puzzle. Please tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you located?
Well, I'm joining you from Germany. I live currently in the Black Forest in a house that's built in the 1700s. And it is a region which is very close to France on one side and Switzerland on the other.
Wow. And what kind of work do you do?
I currently work solely with people who certainly are interested in finding, but also in thriving in their sacred soul purpose. One does not necessarily mean that it is linked to, let's say, finding your soul purpose first, because you can start getting into a self-search and self-exploration with your consciousness, and then build. Currently, there are so many possibilities. Then build your business around it. And so that's what I do.
That's work that's really important. And I know you're also an artist, right?
I am, yes. I actually started as a singer. In school, everybody was thinking I would go into either singing or into painting. But neither paths have evolved for me naturally, because I made other turns. And I love to say these, these little turns in life, they really get to exactly where you need to be, not necessarily where you, as an ego driven person, as a young person with ambition, want to be.
Right. Sometimes the trail you go is one you never even imagined. The hardest thing to do sometimes is to drop your notions and allow things to happen, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I think you will agree with me that everything always works out in your favor.
It is, as long as you're able to maneuver yourself in your mind into finding the place where that is true. Because if you work against it, then you can create all kinds of obstacles, right?
Yes.
Well, good. Can you talk a little bit about that life? Your first line in here is great, that life does not come in with an instruction manual. It comes with free will and an inner knowing that we have a sacred soul purpose. Our mission is to find it.
Well, this really links directly to a very personal experience, and I have the book right here. It's basically about, I remember I was about 4 or 5 years old. I was lying down in my bed and I was going to sleep, and my mom asked me, "What are you doing?" And I was praying to God, and my mother was at that time not a very religious person. And she said, "Well, why do you do that?" And I said, "Well, I have to talk to my father. I have to talk to my dad." And my understanding as a child obviously was that that's what you do when you want to be connected. And in my thoughts and in my dreams, I always wanted to be in the line of work with wisdom, not with money. Neither ideas were, let's say, appealing to me as a child, because I just wanted to play and I wanted to follow my artistic ambitions that I had. But it was really important for me to make that connection, because your purpose, your life purpose, is communicated through you at various, let's say, stages in your life. And if you listen and if you remember and if you really filter through it, you find that it is communicated to you very, you know, very much like breadcrumbs on the road.
Kind of like a big life puzzle, right?
Absolutely, yes,
So
indeed.
that's why it lends itself perfectly to a puzzle book to talk about it, because sometimes just by sitting with a puzzle like your puzzle, you can get information and it's like a breadcrumb along the way, right? So Lydia,
Exactly.
what kind of puzzles do you like to do?
I love these word search puzzles. I really do. I started doing them, and it's just really it's so awesome. But I've always been quite of a, you know, I was always interested in puzzles, and I used to just really get bored with the regular crosswords. I actually, as a child, already helped my grandma solve them, and she always say, "Oh, you're so good at that," and I said, "Well, you're so slow." And so later on in life, I would always get little uh, books also that would link into like the intelligence tests that just, you know, come in various forms. And then that got boring for me, and I thought, okay, well, I just buy them in different languages. So I bought various of them in Italian, for instance. And I just really kind of link into language pretty much, you know, because German is my mother tongue, English is my fourth language that I speak, and my first and second were Italian and Latin, and they were pretty close to each other. So I said, when I was living in Belgium, I think that everybody will agree that it's quite a hodgepodge of cultures and languages, and it frightened me too much that I was actually forced to learn languages because I needed to live in that environment. And just the idea of being forced to learn something kind of totally interrupted that flow. And then I learned how to love the language and how to really get into it and how to find the music behind it. And that's when I started to learn French and Dutch, and I got to learn Spanish, and I picked up a little bit of Japanese, and I just, you know, I just really love languages and puzzles, of course.
Well, language is a bit of a puzzle unto itself. So thank you for sharing. Wow, you are quite the linguist. That's awesome.
Oh,
Wow.
no, I just love languages. They always come through me with music. When I listen to words in music, I want to know what they mean. And I think that's what got me started with all of the different languages.
Hmm. Well, that's neat. Well, you can read Lydia's amazing puzzle in Life Wisdom Word Search Yoga for the Brain, which you can pick up on Amazon.com in whatever country you happen to be in. You got yours in Germany, or Target.com if you're in the United States, or BarnesandNoble.com. Thank you so much, Lydia. I appreciate you participating and playing with us and sharing your wisdom.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Bye-bye.